So with the fall season finally coming to a close, I think it's about time that we talk about all the anime that came out this year, because trust me, there was a lot of good anime and there were some bad anime, but in this video I'm going to talk about some of the worst anime that came out this year. This was a hard list to kind of make because, bro, there were so many good anime that came out, but there were some bad. But I mean, it depends on like what you really liked and all that, and like it's really your opinion what you thought was good and what you thought were bad. But this is based on like the anime that I've actually watched all the way through, so that means I watched every single episode. So I anime like X Arms, which I watched only like 1 minute of. I'm not gonna put on here because I only watched 1 minute of it. Yes, I know it was bad, but I only want to like base it on anime I've actually seen. I don't want to just like put stuff on this list of like people like everybody on the internet agreed was a bad anime, like something like Tesla's No, I know people say was bad or something like that, but I only want to base it on stuff I actually saw, because trust me, I watched a lot of anime. I think each season I watched 30 plus, so we're gonna go all the way. We're gonna go from winter, spring, summer, fall, we're going through every season of anime this year. And just know I will be making a video on the most disappointing anime of this year and also the best anime of this year, and maybe one more, I don't know. But let's get into it. Let's get into the first anime. So the first anime comes from this season in the fall, because it's an anime that I was kind of like, eh. It's called The Night Beyond the, what is this, like tri-cornered window. Now this anime is like, the first episode had me because it was a very like interesting thing with the soulgasm shit, because I was just like, this seems kind of stupid and interesting. But as it went on, it kind of, the story went all over the place, and there was like a lot of stupid things, especially like some of the characters having like literally some of their progress they made in the story had digressed and they go back to who they were, especially like the main character. He was making progress, and then the other dude that literally cock blocks him a lot, and he's very toxic. It's just, the whole show just seemed like maybe it was too much rushing, or maybe there was character development missing, and like a lot of stuff was unexplained. It just wasn't really that good to me. Like, I'm watching it right now. I think it has like maybe 1 or 2 more episodes left, but it really hasn't been that good. It's just been like kind of meh. And that's why it's really on here as some of the worst anime of this season. I also heard that people said that the manga was better than this, and like the manga is like light years better, and like the anime so far has been a trash adaptation. But I can understand why, because like it really seems like it's missing a lot of stuff, or stuff is rushed, or just stuff doesn't really fit. It is, the plot of this whole anime kind of sucks in my opinion. Like, I'm watching and I'm just like, bro, this sucks. All this is just a very toxic ass dude that literally had like problems growing up, and then just uses it to justify how toxic he is. I don't know. There's more to the story, but I don't even want to talk about it because I hated that shit. Now the next one is an anime I hate it so much. Every episode took away like a portion of my life. That's how bad it was. And I'm talking about Back Arrow. And this came out in winter, so early winter 2021, like literally at the beginning of the year. This anime sucked. It was 24 episodes. It sucked. I hated it. The plot sucked. The characters sucked. Literally, when it went to its second part, bro, it's everything about this shit sucked. I literally hated Back Arrow. Like, bro, I hated the characters. The plot was so fucking stupid. The plot just kept getting more and more ridiculous, and I was just like, bro. Like, when I first clicked on it, I thought it would be okay, because it said something about like how like this world, and like there's these walls that have blocked everything off, and like nobody's ever gone past and all that. But then it just started getting more ridiculous and more ridiculous each time, where like you find out like like some bullshit about them being like only a little speck in like this whole weird galaxy tree bullshit, and they have to go up there and fight other dudes that look the same. It was a whole bunch of bullshit. I hated it. There was some moments that are okay. Like, it was some okay moments. Like, there were some moments where I was like, oh shit, it's kind of lit, but then like it went back to the same place it was. Like, there's a certain character that has like a split personality in this, and like her split personality, that's like the badass, that when she came out I kind of liked it, but then I was like, it went back to like the bullshit it is. But I really hated this anime. It was a drag to watch. Like, basically every anime on here, it was kind of like hard for me to watch an episode, or some of them I'll go into like detail with some of them, but this one I hated this shit with a fucking passion. Bro, I would never recommend this anime to anybody because I hated it. It was a drag each time. Like, I would literally forget this anime even came on because I hated it so much. I wish I could get my time back that I wasted watching this anime, because it was horrible. I hated it. Let me know in the comments if you actually watched this and liked it. You can let me know. So next one is Deep Insanity. This is from this season right now. It's like Deep Insanity, The Lost Child. This one's really not that good. It's not, because it really has no... It seems like this anime probably needed a whole bunch of episodes or something. I don't know. Like, it seems like the plot got rushed, and then like they end up throwing some stuff at you because like they introduced time travel and all this other shit, and you're just like, it introduced it so late in the game. They introduced like this other world and all that, and it's really not that good, especially now because this time travel thing they have is kind of like the characters, the dialogues are kind of meh. Like the characters were like, I don't really even have like no attachment to any of the characters because they're all really not that good. Yes, they do have some characters in the show with some big titties, I give them that. But besides that, bro, it's really not that good of a plot. There's like so many things that have left unexplained, and it's like, why have they not explained it? I don't care if like, why are you waiting for like maybe one of your last 2 episodes to finally explain some shit that you could have probably been explained? That's one of the reasons why I really don't like this, because just the plot of this whole show sucks. Like, it really does, because there's so much shit that's like unexplained, and like it's not even like a good thing where there's like there's clues and hints of like why they haven't shown nothing. It's like, no, they just choosing not to explain shit, and this show is stupid. If there's a manga to this, I hope nobody ever reads it, because this shit is stupid. All right, next one. Now this one came out in summer 2021, and of Scarlet Nexus. This also has a video game. I hope the video, I heard good things about the video game, but the anime fucking sucks and it drags. Now, this one is just like back arrow for me, where it's hard for me to watch this shit. Like, very, very hard, because it drags so much. Like, it literally comes on Thursdays, and I might not watch this shit again until like the following Wednesday, because it drags so much, and this show sucks. Like, I actually heard like the video game is actually pretty decent, and like it's a fun game. That's what I've heard from certain people. But this anime sucks. They should not have made an anime to it, because this shit sucks. The plot of this shit is fucking ass. The characters suck. There's too much shit happening, it seems like, and there's too much like information being thrown at you, because like they go one place to try and get information, and it's like, oh, they have to go back to this other thing. It's like, it's horrible, bro. I really hate Scarlet Nexus. Like, I hate Scarlet Nexus, bro. Like, it's so hard for me to watch. I haven't watched the episode that came on yesterday. I probably won't watch it no time soon, because it's like, it's so hard for me to watch this shit, because it's so bad. Like, it's so bad. Like, I don't enjoy this shit. Like, I literally hate this shit, bro. Scarlet Nexus fucking sucks. I'm sorry, it really does. Like, it's such a drag to watch, and it's like, I hate Scarlet Nexus. Let's go to the next one. Now, the next one is also from the summer, and it had potential to be really good, because I read parts of the manga, and the manga was pretty dope, and the animation of this show was really dope, and it had good fights. But Boy Riverside, the reason why I put this as bad anime is because some reason the director thought it was a good idea to put all the episodes out of place, and it's like, no. I know some people said like they liked it because like it was an easier way to get into the show, because if they would have went off the first episode. But in the first episode, actually, if you like actually look at the manga is pretty lit. It's just, I don't know why the director thought it was cool to disorganize and like have episodes out of place, and like not just do like the way the manga was. Like, he was putting shit that happens in, because it would be like, you watch one episode, and then the next episode would be something that does not even connect to the episode yet, but then you go and it was so much bullshit. And then they finally give us like one of the backstory things that happened that's supposed to be like the first episode of the series, and it was like episode 4 or some shit. Like, it was so disorganized, and it was stupid. That's what really ruined the show for me, because it's just like, bro, this is very confusing. Like, it was so if I didn't read like the manga, some of the first few chapters of the manga, I would have been very confused, because I was very confused. Like, when we finally got to this one thing, it wasn't like it was a backstory. It was dead ass like an episode that should have been episode 1. So yeah, that's why this one was bad, because it was just like so much shit was out of order and out of place that it was just like why did because I read a thing that said like the director like thought it was like a good idea to do this, and it was like, no, it was not. It messed up the anime, and it made it bad, in my opinion, really bad. All right. The next one is another one from the summer. Damn, the summer did have... Yeah, the summer wasn't as good as it should have been, but The Detective is Already Dead. Yes, this one was a bad anime, because it felt like it seemed like there was so much from this missing. I also heard that like this was a bad adaptation from like the light novels. I heard people complain about that. And it just seemed like there was so much missing, or like the plot got way too fast, or like we went from 1A to 1B. Like, I feel like we went to certain parts like way too fast, and then like when we finally got to enemies, I feel like certain shit wasn't explained, especially like who the final boss they had wasn't really explained, in my opinion. Like, some of the organization wasn't explained as it should have been, because it just seemed like there's a lot of key details that were missing from this anime that could have made it like actually good. Because the first few episodes are okay, but as we go on, it just gets kind of like more complicated, and they add more bullshit to the story, and I was just like, really? Like, there was like So there's one character in here that's a villain, and somehow she ends up getting transported into like 2 different other people. It's some weird ass bullshit. And I was just like, no. And then it's like the detective's already dead. Like I feel like there's like it's called that, but I feel like the one detective that was quote unquote dead, there should have been like different stuff about it, or certain events should have been moved differently. I don't know. It just didn't hit like how it should have. Like, cause I thought this anime was gonna be dope and all that, but then he had towards the end, or towards the middle, I should honestly say, it started to become very bad in my opinion, and went downhill, and it just wasn't really as good as it should have been. And plus, like I know people that read the light novels, literally they started complaining about it because it wasn't really as good, and like it didn't follow the light novels some type of way. I don't know exactly. I just know people had complaints that followed the light novels. The next one is an anime. It like the thing was about this anime that I'm about to talk next. It's from spring 2021, but it's weird. I have a weird like relationship with this anime because I like it, but I don't like it. I see the problem with it, but it's called Blue Reflect Ray. Now I'll tell you this, bro. Opening 1 to this anime slaps so fucking hard, and the opening's so fucking good that it made me just like almost not want to put this anime on here, because like that opening is so good, but just know the first 12 episodes are so fucking boring. This story is so boring. A lot of it does not pick up until towards the very end. Like this story was a very boring story. Like there was times like I think I fell asleep watching like a few episodes because this shit is it was boring. But like I said, that opening slapped so fucking hard that it made up for how boring it was. Because I would look forward to like every episode just so I could hear that banger ass opening, because the opening was slapping. But yeah, this is about them girls that literally like they kind of get rings and shit. It's like magical girl type of shit, but they have to like protect people's emotions and shit like that. The story just got overly complicated, it seemed like, and it seemed like this had 24 episodes. I guess 24 episodes were enough, but it just seemed like some points got hit on for too long. There were certain plot points I feel like they stayed on for way too long when they shouldn't have, and I feel like there was a lot of other things that should have been explained more than what actually was. But like I said, that opening slapped so hard, but it honestly was a hard watch at times because it was boring, because not really shit was happening in my opinion. There was a lot of shit like not happening at all, but that opening one slapped so fucking hard though. That's all I can really say about this, because like it was boring in the opening slap. There were certain scenes and certain characters. There were some okay fights, but when it take it to push this comes to shove, I guess so you say, it really was boring, and like there wasn't really that, the fights weren't really as good as it could have been. This story was honestly boring in my opinion. Yeah, let's get to the next one. 7 Knights Revolution Hero Successor. This came out in the spring. This had some horrible CGI. The monsters of the CGI in this look disgusting. The story of this, I think this was based on a mobile game. I think this was, I'm not positive. I think it might have been. I'm not positive. Don't quote me on that. But this was kind of like, like I would watch it. There was like certain things that were okay. There were certain characters I did like. Like, I really like the aspect of, like, these people have these powers that are supposed to be based on, like, these historic people in their timeline. So, like, they have somebody that was, like, some thunder type of person. Like, it wasn't really based on stuff from our shit, but, like, based on, like, heroes from whatever the universe that this, whatever the 7, whatever it's called, whatever their universe is, that all the heroes from their past, people would have, they would go to the school and they would get powers and shit like that or whatever. Like, that was very interesting. That was, like, probably the most interesting thing about this. But I feel like later plot points kind of didn't hit like how it was supposed to, and like it started in like a lot of it, the early stuff was kind of boring, and there was a lot of stuff that got weird, especially with the character. You finding out he's one of these one creatures. It was kind of weird. Like it really wasn't that good. I know like my explanations over here have just been all over for everything, but it's just like, it's my opinion with some of this stuff, because it wasn't that good, bro. It wasn't. This was another one that dragged. What was it called? Yeah, 7 Nights. It really did drag because I didn't like the CGI. The CGI didn't look that good on the monsters, and it was just kind of pointless. Some of the stuff they were hitting at were kind of pointless and dumb, and it just was boring. It was. All right, the second to last one is Hortensia Saga. This came out in winter 2021. Bruh, now I know for a fact this one was based on a game, but this one was stupid. This one was very stupid. I did not like this one. This is another one that was just dragged to watch. Like almost everything on this list besides like 2 things were a big ass drag to watch, and this one was a drag to watch. I was watching it and it was just one of the ones where I was just like, why did I choose this anime? Because it was stupid. It was stupid. Fun fact, I don't even remember the stupid ass plot. It had some plot, but it was a very stupid ass plot. It was some shit about like a dude, his dad died or some shit, and like it was something with fairy tales and other bullshit. It was so much bullshit to it. I guarantee the mobile game was probably way better. I tried to look at the mobile game to figure out what the story of this shit was, and I still couldn't figure it out, even when I like watched YouTube videos about what the mobile game was about, because the story in this shit was stupid. But let's get to the worst anime this year. Just know, if you've been following, if you've actually been subscribed to my channel for, I'll say, since January, you know what I'm about to say. And also, if you look on some of my popular videos or one of my popular playlists, you know what anime I'm about to put on this list. Everybody knows this anime was the worst anime that came out in 2021. And what I'm talking about is The Promised Neverland Season 2. Yes. I don't even want to talk about this shit too much because I'm mad about this anime. This one will be on my most disappointing anime, because on there I'll go into more detail why it's disappointing. But just know this shit was not that good because they didn't follow the manga, and like they did a lot of stupid stuff. Slideshow, I should say. Norman literally come in early. There was so much dumb shit with this anime. Just know when I talk about my disappointing anime that's coming out like after this video, just know I'll go into more detail about why The Promised Neverland was disappointing. But it was one of the worst anime that came out this year. It was so disappointing, so trash. There was so many things that were wrong with this anime, and it really does suck that The Promised Neverland Season 2 had to be bad when it could have been one of the greatest anime, not greatest, or one of the best anime that came out this year if they would have followed the manga, if they would have. But yeah, these are some of the worst anime I watched this year. Yes, you could claim that more anime should have been on here, because I know there's some anime that people watch that they might have thought were bad, but I might have not thought, because there's a lot of stuff I actually enjoyed. Even if it was something bad, like something like Girlfriend, where somebody might say they didn't like something like that. That was very enjoyable to me, because it was very ridiculous and funny. So I don't know. Let me know in the comments what anime you did not like that came out this year. Just let me know. You can put it all in the comments. Let me know if you actually liked some of the anime that I said on my list. But like I said, this is still my opinion, and these are like certain anime that I did not like, because like I said, there was so much anime that came out that it was really hard to make a list of some of the worst ones, because there was a lot that I really liked. Because there was a lot of good anime, very good anime, and decent anime that came out this year. But there was some bad, but I didn't watch every single anime that came out each season, because I would have been watching way too much, and I have a life and I can't watch every anime. But yeah, let me know in comments what anime you thought were bad this year and all that. Let me know if you think some of the anime I said were bad on this list, if you thought they were good and all that. But yeah, if you're new, why not subscribe? If you enjoyed the video, why not subscribe? If you enjoyed, dislike if you did not like the video. And really, subscribe if you're new, because like I said, you can join the community, hey, and all that. But yeah, let me know in the comments about how you feel about the worst anime that came out this year. Let me know how you feel about all the anime that came out this year. But yeah, thank you for watching. I'll see you next video. Bye.